Welcome to the NSX T Data Center Install, Configure, Manage class for NSX T 3.0, right? The next big thing. I will be your presenter through this entire series. My name is John Kruger. I have been the lead instructor here at VMware for VMware Education, specifically for NSX related content for a number of years. Let's dive into the class, shall we? What we've got going on, we're going to start with the course introduction, and then we're going to move through all of the different modules as they pass along. Everything from deploying NSX T to building segments and gateways and using network services and on and on. We've got a good long set of content here for you. And we start off absolutely every class talking about the importance of the class related to the technology. And here we can look at this, right? This is the networking and security platform. Well, I want to say of the future, but it's really not of the future. This is the networking and security platform for today that we all need to really be thinking about. NSX T gives us consistent networking and consistent security, whether we're looking at on-premise or off-premise clouds, between the NSX T data center and the NSX T cloud platform. They tied together very nicely to give us this holistic view and this holistic control of our networking and our security capabilities. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal for all of us. This is something that we should all be investing in, or at least learning about, so that we can invest in down the road. So what are we going to do in this class? We have a whole list of objectives for this particular class. We're going to talk about the architecture of NSX T. We're going to talk about why NSX T is important. What are some of the features? What are some of the benefits? We're going to deploy NSX T. We're going to work with NSX T on both ESXi platforms as well as on KVM platforms, right? This is a multi-hypervisor platform, and so we're going to kind of show both of those off. We are going to look at segments for layer 2 forwarding. We're going to look at gateways for layer 3 forwarding. We're going to get into security with the distributed firewall and the gateway firewall, and we'll talk about how we can integrate in third-party services as well to the security. We're going to get into how do we authenticate against NSX Manager. In other words, how do we authenticate to get in to manage it? We'll talk about LDAP integration. We'll talk about VMware Identity Manager integration. We'll talk about federation and how we can start thinking about tying multiple sites together with NSX T Data Center. So this is the list of stuff that we've got going on. We have, we're in our course introduction right now. We will go through a discussion about the virtual cloud network and the NSX T data center specifically, and how NSX T data center fits in that particular vision, that larger vision. We'll talk about preparing the infrastructure. We'll get into logical switching and logical routing and security and services. And then we'll talk about monitoring and some of the operational aspects of NSX T Data Center. We'll get into user and role management. And then finally, we will cap off this series with a discussion about NSX T Federation. Typographical conventions are likely not going to be something new to you as an IT professional. We use these, and not just VMware, but the industry has used these largely for a great many years, right? Whether it's a monospace font or a monospace bold font for something you are going to type into an interface, for example, or boldface font for identifying a tab or something in a user interface, or italicized book titles or things like that. These are not anything out of the ordinary. We've built this class using a documented set of references, and really what it boils down to is these documents are all part of the NSXT administrative document set. So at docs.vmware.com, you can go look at all products, find VMware NSXT Data Center, And from there, find the administration guide, find the installation guide, or the upgrade guide, or the migration coordinator guide, or so on. All of these documents are publicly available. They're freely available at docs.vmware.com. We've also got a great many other online resources that we can look at above and beyond the documentation. We've got VMware Validated Design. VMware Validated Design is a prescriptive set of documentation about how to go about designing and setting up a specifically configured VMware infrastructure, right? Not just for vSphere, but also NSX and vRealize Automation and vRealize Operations and the whole stack. VMware Validated Designs is a very, very neat thing, so you can go and take a look at that. We've also got the VMware communities. The VMware communities are great. This is where you can go and participate in community discussions with all of your colleagues worldwide. This is where we can go and start discussions. We can look to see what our peers are doing in the virtualization space, be it network virtualization or compute virtualization or desktop virtualization or what have you. We have access to the knowledge base and white papers and all kinds of other documentation out in the communities. We also have VMware Support. VMware Support is where you would go if you have a problem. VMware Support is very valuable when things go wrong in your infrastructure. We are happy to help you at any time of day, whatever the problem might be. VMware Education is a great resource. This is one of many NSX T classes for version 3.0 that we're launching. We have the Install, Configure, Manage class launched in the very near future. We're going to have the NSX T 3.0 troubleshooting class as well as design class launched. So come back and keep your eye on VMware Education for forthcoming offerings related to NSX T or to other VMware platforms as may be necessary for what you're doing right now. At vmware.com/education, at our education portal, we have some tools to help you figure out what else you might want to, what other classes you might want to take, right? For example, if you're looking at NSX T and you've taken the Install, Configure, Manage class, maybe you've achieved your VCP network virtualization certification, we can then guide you, right? Are you looking to become more of an architect? Well, maybe the NSX design class is better for you. Are you looking to spend more time in the data center working with and supporting NSXT? Well, maybe the NSXT troubleshooting class is more valuable to you. But VMware Learning Paths is the tool we have that will help you figure out what it is you might need to move forward with in your education. We've also got VMware Learning Zone, right? VMware Learning Zone houses all of these on-demand classes, as well as many other video offerings, right? Video training offerings for VMware products. So maybe it just didn't fit the class. Maybe it didn't work in the context of a class, but it's content that we want you to have. That's a place where we can get it. We do a great many things with Learning Zone. We've done everything from videos about knowledge base articles to certification preparation series to full classes like you see here. So Learning Zone is a really, really good tool that you can use to help educate yourself as well. And you can find information about that, like we say on the screen here, at vmwarelearningzone.vmware.com. If we look at the certification path, I know I just mentioned the VMware Certified Professional Network Virtualization certification. We have a VCP level certification in each of our what we call vertical tracks or technology tracks, right? Be it digital transformation or data center virtualization for vSphere, or network virtualization for NSX, desktop and mobility for the Horizon suite, right? And so on and so forth. We've got all kinds of different certifications depending on what you're looking at. We enter, from a technical perspective, generally speaking, we enter the certification path at the VCP, or the VMware Certified Professional tier, not the VCA tier, the VMware Certified Associate. The VMware Certified Associate is all about positioning. It's all about understanding what is it that this product does? What business problems is this product solving? The VCP level exam is really where the technical look starts, right? Where the technical track starts. That's where we start looking at, do you understand the product? Do you understand how to work the product? Do you understand the limitations and the boundaries of the product? That's what the VCP is really all about. Moving up from the VCP is the VCAP, or the VMware Certified Advanced Professional. The VCAP tier of certifications is great because it gives you a chance to further your certification, further your skill set, further what you can showcase that you know and can do. The VCAP tier of certifications is split into two tracks. We've got a deploy track and we've got a design track. The deploy track is the advanced technical track, right? The VCAP deploy is where you go to show, yes, I can indeed do this, right? So where the VCP exam is a multiple choice exam, the VCAP deploy exam is a live lab exam. You are given a number of scenarios where you can go and look at what's going on, right? Here's a scenario. You need to go do this. You need to go fix that. And we'll score you from the results of that live lab environment. The VCAP design exam, by contrast, is more for someone who's building designs, someone who needs to showcase that, yes, they know the difference between a requirement and a risk in a design. They know how to take a set of requirements and build an appropriate design that meets that set of requirements, and so on, right? So it's really all about, do you understand how all of the pieces fit together and how to put together a design given a set of requirements from a customer. Now, we have another set or another certification above the VCAP tier. If you take both the deploy and the design VCAPs, you can go one step further and move up to the VCDX, the VMware Certified Design Expert. The VMware Certified Design Expert is an architect expert design certification. So you'll have to submit a design to VMware. You'll have to go and defend the design, right, in front of a panel of VCDXs. So you'll present the design that you built, and then you'll have to defend your choices. You'll have to justify all of the decisions you make based on different requirements or constraints that were provided by the customer in that design. So that's a really, really neat design certification. It's a very elite certification. There are 350, 400 VCDXs worldwide across all of our tracks. So that might be if you're deeply vested in VMware technologies, that might be your pinnacle certification. That might be your end goal across a multi-year certification journey. It would be an honor to have you. Now, certifications show one set of things, one set of knowledge and skills. But VMware has a great many certifications, or a great many set of technologies, rather, that we might want to showcase. Well, badges, digital badges, help us identify different focal points that you as a professional might want to showcase. So, if you do a lot of work with vSphere, for example, and vSAN in particular, and you want to showcase that work with vSAN, we actually have a vSAN specialist badge. It gives us an opportunity to show off more of what we do in a digital way, in an accredited way, right? And there are exams that go with most of these, but these are things that we can use to further our certifications beyond the core VCP, VCAP, VCDX, right? These give us additional ways to showcase what we know and what we can do. So that is our course introduction. We've gone through kind of what we're going to talk about. We've gone through our certifications. We've talked about Learning Zone and our learning paths and all that kind of stuff. Join us in the next video where we will then start diving into NSX. Stay with us for the rest of the series. We'll see you soon.